So welcome to Hangout number 3. And it's funny, this happens every time we do Coach Basics. And the first Hangout, there's a lot of people. In the second Hangout, there's still quite a few people. The third Hangout, it's like, okay, there's not as many people. And a lot of times it's because people get busy or many actually get used to just viewing the recordings at a time that's more convenient for them. But unfortunately, it's also because some coaches just start to fall out. They lose momentum. And this is kind of gut check time in this phase of going through this training, because for a lot of coaches, you're taking on all this education and all of this learning, and you're most likely applying a lot of what you're learning, and maybe you're not seeing quite the results you want yet, and that's normal. Some coaches come out of the gates fast and furious, and when you read about them on Facebook, it's kind of like, well, what are they doing? How are they doing that? How come that's not happening for me? And usually there's a number of reasons, and I want to talk through some of those moving parts before we jump into how to sell Shakeology and some of the other stuff I want to cover. This business of being a Beachbody coach is obviously, it revolves around health and fitness. And if you yourself are personally someone who has never really been involved in health and fitness, and you're not known for being involved in health and fitness, sometimes when you start out with a challenge group and you're inviting people to come into your support group, people don't quickly respond because they don't think of you as somebody that's a fitness leader or somebody that's going to hold people accountable when it comes to their fitness goals. It's not something you've just ever really been a part of, and you haven't been known for it. So because of that, okay, if that best describes you, you really want to focus first and foremost on yourself and your own personal behavior when it comes to being a product of the product. You yourself feeling results, seeing results, getting results in a way that you're documenting your results. It doesn't always have to be before and after photos. You can do things like take measurements, track your weight, things of that nature. Talk about your energy level. How has it affected your how you're feeling on a daily basis? Has it done anything for your overall health? That type of stuff should be shared about you, what you've personally experienced as a result of being a product of the product. Are you drinking your Shakeology every day? Are you doing one of the exercise programs every day? And if the answer is yes, you should be feeling some good things as a result of that. That stuff should be shared through your Facebook page, through the people that you're talking to. That will get them to raise an eyebrow to say, wow, what are you doing? Versus you've not done any of that and you're trying to start this support group and nobody's ever really known you as somebody that's leading others in health and fitness. So being a product of the product, taking a good hard look at yourself, is a big part of getting started as a coach and using the programs, sharing what you're personally experiencing as a result of the program. So I just want to point that out. I also want to point out that for many coaches, or I should say some coaches, you get started and it's kind of like that initial wave of customers come in and it's exciting. And you're like, oh my God, this is great. I'm starting my support group. I'm starting my challenge group. I've got some initial inquiries and I've got a few customers. And all of a sudden, like the well runs dry and you feel like, okay, now what? So it's like that initial wave hits and then you feel like, well, where do I go from here? Who else can I talk to? Your pool of prospects and the people that you're talking to should constantly be filled with not only others that come into your life or others that you think about in your life as it is now, but also the people that you might come into contact with on a daily basis. How many people you run into through work, through social events, wherever it may be, that are talking about their weight, they're talking about health issues, they're talking about things that revolve around exercise and fitness. It's on everybody's mind. So when those conversations are there to tap into, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I couldn't help but overhear you with respect to, that weight issue that you're having, or the fact that you haven't been able to get to the gym, or this health concern that what you have, whatever you may hear them saying, chime in, be brave enough to chime in and say, my job, part of what I do is for a living, I'm a Beachbody coach, and my job is to help people with exactly what you're talking about. I'd love to share some more information. And all you're doing is offering help. That's all it is. It's just a simple plug to offer help, get a contact name, and then go into the sharing process. Invite them to be a friend on your Facebook page. Invite them to like your fitness page if you have one. That's how you'll continually build your pool of prospects. And so, everything I'm talking about here is dialing back to these 3 vital behaviors. And this is why Beachbody refers to these time and time again, because every successful coach, myself, every star diamond in the business, anybody that's making a decent amount of money in this business is following the 3 vital behaviors, and they have from day one. So to track whether or not you're doing that, you really want to ask yourself, okay, am I doing these things on a daily basis? And if the answer is no, well, then most likely your business is not moving very quickly. This document that I asked everybody to download, if you didn't, that's okay. You can go back and do it. I provided the link in today's post on Coach Basics for the business activity tracker. This is a great document that you can save to your hard drive, and you can actually document and resave as many times as you want. This is your tracking mechanism, if you will, to hold yourself accountable to the behaviors you should be doing. And I said it from the beginning, 1 hour a day focused on the vital behaviors will build your success as a coach. So what are these vital behaviors? Well, they're laid out right there. It says daily activity. So if I just hammer down real quick, number 1, be proof the products work. Work out, drink Shakeology. Number 2, personal development. Read or listen to 10 minutes of personal development. 10 minutes, that's it. Stay connected. So how do you stay connected? The Coach Monthly, the weekly Team Beachbody wake-up call. If you can't hear it live on Monday morning at 11 Eastern time, then definitely listen to the recording. You're plugged into the team Facebook page, obviously. You're plugged into your upline, so that's all good. Social media. A couple of posts per day regarding personally, what are you experiencing? Health and fitness in general, or just something motivational. New contacts, 2 people a day. New contacts, 2 people a day. When you go through on Facebook and you search into your history, people that you've known in the past, are they your friends on Facebook? Are they people that you can invite to like your page if you have a fitness page? 2 per day. That falls under the umbrella of inviting. Inviting to your challenge group. Are you inviting 2 people a day to your challenge group? Putting out a mass message to invite people to a challenge group is one thing, and that'll generate interest if it's done properly. But above and beyond that, it's the individual invitation process to the people that you currently have in your life, your friends, your family, your coworkers, people that you know are looking for solutions to their health or fitness or their weight issues. Inviting them to your challenge group using the invitation language that we talked about in Hangout too. 2 people a day. Inviting people to learn about the business. Do you know anybody that might be intrigued by this coach opportunity? And if the answer is yes, definitely invite them to learn more about it by either you speaking about it. And I know that for many coaches, that can be a bit challenging, talking about the business in a way that people don't feel like you're signing them up for some type of pyramid scheme. That is challenging for new coaches. So use the resources that we've provided through the team. We do that. I do that webinar every 5 weeks. It's become very engaging. Coaches use it as their tool to say, hey, I'm involved with this company. It's phenomenal what I'm experiencing as a result of it for not only my health and fitness, but people around me. I'd love to share more about the business opportunity in it. I can send you a webinar link. Have them view the webinar. Let the webinar do the work for you. Then the other one that you can share is the live presentation that I had given last month in Connecticut at the Super Saturday event. It's a half-hour presentation live on what it means to earn income as a Beachbody coach. It basically says, what it means to change lives and earn income as a Beachbody coach. So invite people to learn about the business. That's how you'll build your coach team. Follow up. You're answering emails. You want to respond to any Facebook posts or messages that you get. text messages, phone calls that come in, you want to respond in a timely manner. Check in with your existing customers. The customers that you have, are you checking in with them on a daily basis, especially if you only have a few? That individual personal accountability to ask, how are you doing? Is there anything that you're struggling with? How can I help you? So just touch base, let them know that you're there. And that's basically it. So print this out, guys, and use it. And if there's things, if you don't like the way it's laid out, that's okay. You can take this and maybe build your own template using Excel, whatever works best for you. But certainly on a daily basis, mark down the amount of time you're spending, the number of invites you send out, so that you have a hard objective measurement of how hard you actually work in your business. Because for a lot of new coaches, they go through the first month or two and they go, well, nothing's really happening for me. And I say to them, how much did you actually work on a daily basis? And what did you actually do? Was it productive time, or was it just kind of like browsing around time, not really doing the nuts and bolts? This will answer that question. So, and in a lot of the Coach Basics, the coaches that are leading these trainings, they ask for their coaches to submit this to their coach leader on a regular basis. I don't do that. I say, look, everybody's a grown up, and here's your homework. This is going to help you, but I'm not going to check and see that you did it or not. The answers will lie with you with respect to your business building. So use this. It's a great tool. Before I jump to the Shakeology, I actually want to jump to the points regarding contacting the customers that are assigned to you when you achieve the rank of Emerald. So just to clarify what exactly you must do to qualify for the customer lead program. Getting to the rank of Emerald means you personally sponsor 2 coaches. And if you can do that by the final Wednesday of this month, you will then start receiving your customer leads in June. So if it doesn't happen by the last Wednesday of May, well then obviously you're going to go to June and you've got all of June. You want to get by the last Wednesday of June to that Emerald rank so that you'd open up the customer lead program in July. Once you've achieved the rank of Emerald, so sponsoring 2 coaches, that's one part of the equation. The 2 other things you want to make sure you've done, if you haven't already done so, on your website, your Beachbody Coach customer website, it's very important that you have your profile picture and a before picture. And it doesn't mean you have to have this picture of you, wearing anything revealing to show your before picture, and then later you're going to have an after picture. Beachbody just wants you to put anything up there. You can put a picture of your dog if you want. It's basically just showing that you have taken some activity and done something with your Facebook page, your website, your Beachbody Coach website. So have your personal profile picture, any picture you want, and a before picture. Again, any picture you want.